What's up, you guys? Welcome to today's video. If you're new, welcome. My name is Devin. I am a bridal makeup artist and just a beauty and makeup lover, enthusiast, obsessor, honestly. And I hope that you will consider sticking around and subscribing. And if you're not new, as always, welcome back. You know I love you. So it is 2024, and I will be honest, 2023 was a doozy for me on several levels. Not my best year. Definitely not my best year, but it's a new year. It's a big year for me. It's a wedding year for me. It is moving back to Pennsylvania from Tampa year for me and Sean. And there's just a lot going on. But with that being said, it is also time for a new year refresh of products that I either need to update or replenish, or just some new things I want to try out in my pro makeup kit. So that is what we're going to be doing today. I have 4 boxes and a bag from Ulta sitting right off to the side, kind of on the bed behind me here, that we are going to be going through. So if you are interested in seeing a pro makeup kit haul for the year 2024, let's get right into it. Okay, so we are going to start with this box right here from Jaclyn Cosmetics because I've already opened it. Also, ignore my hair. I've been messing around with it all day. I put way too much texturizing hairspray in it, and now it just is like crunchy and sticking in place, but not in the way that I want it to. So anyway, so first I got 3 shades of the Makeup Forever HD Skin foundation. So in my pro kit, I like to keep a more matte full coverage foundation, and then I also like to keep a more like satiny, glowy, medium to full coverage foundation in my kit. That way I feel like I can cover everybody's skin type. So I have been using the Too Faced Born This Way foundation forever. Back when I first started on my journey to become a successful bridal makeup artist, I actually very briefly worked in retail cosmetics, and I very briefly was like a freelancer for the Too Faced brand. I still am obsessed with that foundation. I love it so much. I still recommend it to so many people, and I still do carry it in my kit. But the thing about Too Faced is that they don't have a pro discount. So those foundations are like $45 each. So it is quite an expense to keep them up in my kit, especially the shades that I go through a ton. And just over the years, I have signed up for a bunch of brands like pro discounts. I'm a little spoiled now, and I have a really hard time buying stuff for my kit that's not at a discount. So that is a very long-winded way of saying that I went on my Instagram and I asked my makeup artist friends a couple months ago, what is your favorite glowy, go-to, dry skin, mature skin, but still lasts all day foundation for your clients? And so many, I got a variety of answers, but the most answers were for this Makeup Forever HD Skin. And this is offered on Jaclyn Cosmetics at a discount. So what I ended up doing was ordering like a light. When this was the most recommended foundation to me from my fellow bridal makeup artist friends, I ordered this foundation for my personal collection to try on myself, and honestly, I just was very, very impressed. So I was like, okay, as I run out of my Too Faced one, I will start working in this one and see how we do. In this foundation, I bought the shade 1N00, which is this guy, which I believe is definitely one of the lightest, if not the lightest shade in this range. All of these are a neutral undertone. What I have found working for me recently is getting my foundations with the neutral undertones and then using my shade adjusters, which we'll talk about in a little bit, to adjust the undertone if I need to. So I got this one, I got the shade 2N22, and then I also got the shade 1N14, which is kind of in between these two shades. So honestly, if we look at these next to each other, I don't see as much of a difference between these two as I thought I would. I'm still gonna keep them. I just might need to order. Like, I really like to have a shade that is a go-to shade that matches spray tans, because I have a lot of clients that get spray tans for their weddings. So I do like to have a shade that I can just pull out and not have to mix too much, that I know will match most spray tans, if that makes sense. Whew. I've been talking for 20 minutes and we're only past the first item. Sticking with complexion for a second. So I have been really wanting to try out the Ben Nye luxury powders. I feel like throughout the course of the past couple of months, I've been seeing a lot of makeup artists talk about this powder formula on like TikTok and Instagram and stuff like that. So I really wanted to give it a try. So the first one I got is the Rose Petal shade. I have been seeing a lot of that like bright pinky blushy under eye. I don't want to call it a trend because it is definitely still a makeup technique, but I have been seeing a lot of that going around, and I feel like it's a good product to start carrying in my kit in case I start to have clients request that. I am moving back from Tampa to Philadelphia, and I feel like the client up there in Philly and even like Jersey, North Jersey, even heading towards New York, the brides up there, I do feel like want more of that glamorous, like full beat Instagram makeup look, more so than my Florida girlies. I feel like my Florida beach girls, they like the glowy angelic makeup, but they definitely still like it to be a little bit lighter, a little more beachy, a little bit more like soft glam. So I am preparing and manifesting my full glam Jersey girls. I have noticed a difference coming from Philly to Tampa and then now going back. It is a slightly different clientele. So anyway, if you like a blushy under eye, my point is I'll be able to do it for you with this pink powder. Then I got the shade Cameo, which is just kind of like a neutral setting powder. I like to have a setting powder, especially for my fair to light skin tones. I like to have a setting powder that has a little bit of color to it that isn't like just white, you know? So that's why I got this one. And then lastly, I did pick up their banana powder as well. I feel like this is an OG. And kind of contrary to what I was just saying about this one, like liking to have something lighter, but that's not like super white for my fair to light skin tones. This for like my medium to tan skin tones, I feel like is really good because some of these like pinky or more neutral or like white powders can really like leave a cast on their skin tone and wash them out, and we don't want that. So something with a nice warm like yellow undertone works a lot better for brightening and setting for my kind of medium to tan skin tones. So I picked up those three and I am very excited to use them. Ben Nye is I believe, somebody can correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I believe Ben Nye is a very popular brand amongst like film and TV artists. So it's one of those products where it's a very finely milled powder. It's meant to show up well on camera. It's meant to photograph well, and it's meant to really keep the skin smoothed and blurred and mattified so that you're not looking shiny, you know, if you're acting in a TV show or you're a talk show host on TV or whatever it is, in a movie, whatever. So I have high hopes because I've heard from other makeup artists that it's amazing, but if I really love it, I will be really happy about that because then I don't have to spend, you know, almost $50 on a Laura Mercier powder. Okay, one last complexion item here and then we'll talk about something a little more fun. I picked up the LA Girl Pro Color Foundation Mixing Pigment. The last time I did a little bit of a kit restock and I placed an order with Camera Ready Cosmetics, I ordered the yellow mixing pigment from LA Girl, and I also ordered the white one, which is just to like lighten up any shade that you might need. But the blue one was out of stock, so I really wanted to make sure that I picked this up when I saw that it was back in stock. I didn't really used to use shade adjusters a ton. Since I have started actually using them, they really are game changing. This blue one is great for if you have a foundation that is like too orange. The blue will neutralize that. So orange and blue are the opposite of each other on the color wheel, so that means that they cancel each other out. If you have a foundation that is just reading way too orange, you can mix a little bit of this blue and that will neutralize it and cool it down and allow you to match that foundation to your client's skin a little bit better, just depending on what you need. So good to have something like this. Lastly, probably the items that I am most excited about giving a try in my pro kit are these three glitters from the brand Lit Cosmetics. 2023 was the year where I feel like I really nailed down and honed in on my signature look, and it is glowy. So I love a shimmer on the eye, and I will say there have been a couple times where I've been like, I wish I had a glitter topper to just like finish this look off and take it to the next level. So that's why I got these. So my first little shade here is the shade Oprah, kind of just like a neutral, almost rosy gold shade. Ooh, I'm so excited about that. Then I have the shade Beach Baby, which if I am correct in my memory, it is just a gold. Yeah, just a beautiful gold color. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. And then lastly, I have the shade called Hello Sunshine. This is like a silver, but it's got a very beautiful, it's not just like a flat silver. It's got a really pretty kind of multi-dimensional reflect to it. Maybe if I like move it around a little bit, you guys will be able to see, but Yeah, isn't that gorgeous? So I feel like just 3 kind of standard shades to start with. Obviously, I do bridal makeup, so I can't really think of a time where I would need to be putting like green or purple glitter on anybody's eyes. I mean, never say never. A rose gold, a regular gold, and then something more silvery and bright are really good to start off with in my bridal kit for that bride who just wants a little extra something on the eyes. Okay. Just did a little bit of a switcheroo on you guys. My hair, every time I looked in the viewfinder, was really bothering me, so I just went and like really brushed it out. And then I also threw on a black turtleneck because when I first sat down in front of this window to film, I was really warm, but then the AC kicked on and now I'm freezing. So I wanted to put some long sleeves on. I adjusted our camera angle a little bit and I'm just a little bit happier with this setup. Okay, so here is our next little black box here, and I believe this is Makeup by Mario. Yes, my guy. So I have 2 lip liners and then 2 of, oh my gosh, I am throwing things all over the place today. And then 2 of his bronzers. So let's start with these bronzers. I picked this up in 2 shades. So this is the shade Light. I'll show you what it looks like here. And then I also got the shade Light Medium. So currently I have 3 of the Charlotte Tilbury bronzers in my kit. And then I also have 3 of the Jaclyn Hill bronzers in my kit. Here's the shade Light Medium. My Charlotte Tilbury bronzer, my lightest one, I think it's just called Light. I have used that so much in my kit that I have really panned it. It has started to crumble a little bit and pieces have started to kind of like crack off. So I wanted to make sure that I had a backup lighter bronzer. So what I like about Mario's bronzers is that 1, he has a few more shade options, and 2, his bronzers have more of a neutral undertone. And in my personal style of makeup artistry, I really like that because I do really like to have a bronzer moment. I like to warm up the skin, but I also really like to sculpt with bronzers as well. And so I think these Mario bronzers do a really good job of that. And then I got 2 of his lip liners. And again, if I'm remembering correctly, these are more pinky. So first of all, you get a sharpener with every time you buy a Mario lip liner. And I love these little sharpeners. This first shade here is the color Toasty. So this is a little bit, I won't say deep, but it's a little bit deeper. It's like a really great mix between a nude and a pink. It's almost like a Your Lips But Better color, which is great for bridal. Then, yes, this was the shade name of this one is confirming what I was going for when I was buying these 2 shades. So this is the color Smoky Pink. I'm just looking at them in person. You can't tell. They look pretty dang similar on camera as I'm looking in the monitor here. This is Toasty and this is Smoky Pink. But if you look closely in person, you actually can really tell that this one has more brown in it and this one is a lot more of a true kind of dusty mauvey pink. So 2 really good options to have for my brides that want a more pinky nude lip. So next, let's do this box from MAC, the OG. The OG of the OGs. Okay, how do I get this box open, first of all? Oh, look at that tissue paper. Don't you love it? MAC will never not be nostalgic, you know? They just will never not be. All right, and then here are all the goodies inside. So mostly lip liners, honestly. I needed a lip liner refresh, and 2023 was the year where I finally tried out the MAC lip liner formula. I don't know what took me so long. I feel like I heard some people along the way say that the MAC lip liner formula wasn't worth it and that it was too dry. I couldn't disagree more. It is like one of the easiest, most foolproof lip liner formulas that I've ever used in my life. So we have, oh my gosh, I got more than I thought. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9 lip liners. Sorry, camera battery died, but I think I was saying that I have 9 lip liners here total, but 2 of them are a double of what I have found to be my absolute go-to lip pencil of all time as a bridal makeup artist. So let's talk about that one first. So I have 2 of the shade Whirl here. When I have a client that doesn't want too much on her lips and she's just like, I like more of a pinky neutral, nothing too bold, and I just like, I don't want it to look too different from my natural lips. I'm like, girl, I got you. I'm gonna put Whirl from MAC on your lips right now. So I am just going to go ahead ahead and swatch. So I will say, in comparison to the way that the Mario formula feels, this definitely is not quite as emollient as the Mario one. So noticing a theme here, this is actually pretty close to that smoky pink color. Whirl from MAC is just a little bit lighter than these two and also a little bit warmer, but my current one that I have of this in my kit is like down to being this big because I just use it that much. So when I was re-upping on my lip liners, I ordered 2 of these because I know I'm going to go through it so quickly. Okay, so again, just kind of refreshing and re-upping basically my entire lip liner collection. In my kit, I needed to get some reds. I got these 3. I got the classic Ruby Woo. Gotta love her. She's just kind of like a red, red, red. Actually, no, I think Ruby Woo is supposed to be more of like a blue undertone red. But as you can see, that it's just like a very classic, can't go wrong with it type of red. And then I got the shade Cherry. Actually, I would say this is even more so a blue undertone than Ruby Woo. So Ruby Woo and then Cherry here. To my naked eye, I feel like I can see a little bit more of that blue undertone pulling through. And then lastly, I got this shade Half Red, which is more of a deeper red. I'm thinking of moms with this one. Like a lot of moms, especially in the winter, do like more of that deeper lip. They don't love the lighter nudie lips that a lot of the younger girls like. And this would even be great to use as a darker lip liner and then popping like a lighter red lipstick in the center. That would be a really beautiful dimensional red lip as well. And actually I have 2 more that are kind of in that deeper reddy purpley category. So I have the shade Burgundy. Forgot about this one. So I'm running out of room on my hand, but I'll try to get Burgundy right next to that Half Red. Okay, so this is a little bit brighter. Definitely gives you more of that true kind of winey color. I would say that Half Red, which I think this is the point of the name, Half Red has more brown to it. And Burgundy has more of that like true deep red wine color to it. And then we have the shade Plum. So we are gonna put Plum over here. Ooh, actually, that looks a lot more brown than I would have expected it to. Here's Plum right here. And then I do have 2 more of their classic brown shades as well. So I have MAC Strip Down. Oh, this is so pretty. Yeah, this is gonna be great for brides who want more of that kind of beigey nude. Yeah, I'm gonna use that a ton. I love it. I already have Cork, but I wanted to get Strip Down and Oak. So I think the first ones that I bought were Cork, Whirl, and Soar, but I wanted to get these other classic brown MAC lip liner shades as well. So in this last one here is Oak. Okay, so this one's definitely a lighter nude. This one gives me ColourPop BFF vibes, which is one of my favorite lip liners of all time as well. So a little bit lighter. I think I would use this on somebody who doesn't want as much of that dimensional lip and they just want more of a plain nude. So look at that. Isn't that pretty? That's a nice little collection of bridal lip liner shades. Love it. 2 more quick little things here. So I got one of the Lip Scrumptious lip scrubs. Always good to have a lip scrub. It's, you know, I'm just gonna say it straight out. Like some people allow their lips to be so freaking crusty. So what I do with my makeup application is I always prep first. I use the Sigma lip mask, which is like essentially it's pretty much the same thing as the Laneige lip mask. As I'm doing the rest of the makeup application, lips is the last thing that I will do. After they have let that lip mask sit for at least an hour, I will give them a little bit of lip scrub if they really need it and just be like, hey, take this on your finger, go in the mirror, scrub your lips as best as you can and try to get some of that dead skin off so that your lipstick will apply as smoothly as possible and therefore last as well as possible. Nobody likes crusty lips, especially not your makeup artist. And then I picked up a paint pot, which I have not used in forever. So I got the shade Painterly. I use the P. Louise base most often, but that base is very sticky and I find that on certain eye shapes, eyeliner just slips all over the place no matter what I do. And so I got the advice from actually Julie Ruby here on YouTube. She said, try the MAC paint pots because they're not as like sticky as the P. Louise ones, and it might help on those eye types to help the eyeliner stay in place and not like slip all over the lid as much. So I do want to give that a try. And then MAC is great for having like little free gifts with your order. Look at this tiny baby MAC Fix Plus. I can't wait. Look at it. It's so teeny tiny baby. I love it so much. This is definitely like staying in my personal collection, and I just want to spray it because that smell of Fix Plus just takes me back, and it just, I love it. Yes. Oh, this reminds me of literally when I like very first started doing makeup. I need to start keeping Fix Plus in my kit again. I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, that's it from MAC. Now this one is kind of a fun one, but also kind of a sad one because this box is from Jaclyn Cosmetics. So the brand is closing and everything has been on like super sale for the past couple of weeks. I think this stuff was like more than 50% off when I bought it, so it's a steal. I have never met a Jaclyn Cosmetics product that I didn't like, so I'm very sad that she's closing the brand, but also grateful for how affordable a lot of this stuff was. So let's get right into it. Should we start with the palette? Start with the palette. I mean, this palette is definitely nothing revolutionary, but also it's just like these mattes and even the shimmers here. This is so usable for bridal makeup. The mattes look really buttery and smooth. And again, just kind of like those warm and neutral mattes. You get a matte black here, you get the shimmer shades. I just feel like this will be something that I will actually use a lot more than I think I will in my kit. Then I got one of her highlighters in the shade Exposure. Really gorgeous. So a highlighter for more of like your medium to deep skin tones, but also because this is like very bronzy, I also felt like this could be a really good bronzer topper for somebody that wants a really glowy look for my lighter skin toned brides. Okay, so I do think I mentioned earlier in the video that I keep a couple of these bronzers in my kit already, but I just picked up an even deeper one than ones that I already had. So I have the light, medium, and dark one of these in my kit already. I did feel like I needed something a little bit deeper than the ones that I had, so that's that. All right, staying on the face products really quick. So I have two of the Jaclyn, I think this is from the collab with her mom actually, so it's the Jaclyn and Robin Powder Move Loose Setting Powder. They came out with like a full range of shades with these loose setting powders as well, which I think is awesome. So I got two deeper shades. This is the shade Sheer Tan. I think you can probably see better if I just do it like this. And then I also got the shade Sheer Deep. So kind of how I was talking about with my Ben Nye powders, how these can kind of cover my like fair, light, medium. I also did want to re-up and make sure that I had some deeper setting powders as well. It's just really important as a makeup artist to be prepared for literally anyone that sits in your chair. So very happy about that. Definitely got a deal on those. Then I got this lip gloss, and honestly, this lip gloss was like $2.25. I don't know why I didn't buy like 5 of them because it's such a pretty gloss. Although, ooh, that looks a little like bubbly, but I really liked the look of this shade. It's just a really beautiful gold. I'm honestly not sure if I'm going to keep this. I have so many glosses in my kit already, and I end up using like the same 2 or 3 every time. I go for my Fenty glosses a lot when I'm working on clients, so I might just keep this for myself, but I'm a gloss girl at heart. Lip gloss was like my first love ever since I was like, I don't know, 8, 9, 10 years old. Like I was always carrying around lip gloss. And then again, I'm sad about this, even though I just ordered a bunch of shades. Her lip liner formula is one of my favorites that I've ever tried. I actually have one of her lip liners on today. It's the shade Caramel Latte, I think. When she first launched these, she had a ton of amazing neutrals, a lot of which I have in my personal collection, but she didn't have a ton of the neutrals left in stock. I got a couple brights, again, just replenishing my lip liner collection in my kit fully. I need to have some of these bright shades in here as well. We're gonna keep on swatching even though I don't have a ton of room left on my hand. So this is the shade I'm in it, and it's like a nice bright pink. I mean, just look at how smoothly and like the pigment, look at that. I mean, that's even more pigmented than these MAC ones. Come on. And we have the shade You Guys, which I believe is more of a plum, which I'm glad that I also got in addition to that MAC plum one, actually, because that MAC plum one was pretty brown. So let's see if this is actually more, yeah, okay. So this gives you more of that like actual purpley plummy color. So I'm glad that I got this in addition to the MAC plum, because again, I think this was plum over here. So like, look at how much more brown that is than this right here. Then I got the shade Yes. I'm not afraid of curse words. I just like prefer not to curse on my channel. But this is also a pink, but it looks like it's, let's see, let's put it side by side. Yeah, so this is more of a hot pink. I honestly don't know how often I'll use this unless I'm doing like a look for fun on somebody, but this is that first one, I'm in it, and this is that Yes B color. It's just more of like a hot bright pink. And then I got the shade No Rules, which looks like it's kind of a orangey fiery red. So I'll put that one over here next to the MAC ones just so we can compare. Ah, it's gorgeous. I love that. It actually looks very orange on camera. It still looks a little bit red in person, but that if you love a bright pop of color in the summer, love that. And then lastly, I have the shade Blondie, which is a neutral. I was able to snag at least one neutral, but this actually looks pretty light. Looks pretty, it looks like it's gonna be pretty, yeah, this is nude. Okay, so that's Blondie up top there. So again, this is my collection of lip liners. These are all the swatches of all the lip liners I bought during this haul. And then lastly, from Jaclyn, I just bought 2 eyeliners. So I've been using pencil eyeliner a lot more often. So when I saw that these were on sale, I just grabbed a couple. So I got the shade Charcoal, which is like a gray. And then I also got the shade Black Brown. These are like, look at these. These look so pretty. Like the gold cap, they look so bougie. Okay, so let's see. This is the Smooth Black Brown, which I feel like, yeah, it's pretty dark, but you can kind of tell to the naked eye that it's not like pitch black. And then we have Charcoal, which is a nice gray. So if I'm doing like a nice cool tone smoky or something like that, this would be really pretty. And those, again, the pigment and the way they just glided onto my skin when I was swatching, like the formula is really nice. So, okay, that is it for Jaclyn. And now we just have my little Ulta bag here and we'll be done. The majority of this was like a lash restock. I have just been, I've had my go-to lashes for years. I've just been wanting to branch out and try new lashes. And I know so many makeup artists that get all of their lashes off of Amazon and find really good ones. I just have been striking out a little bit with the lashes that I've been ordering from Amazon, and so I wanted to re-up on my Ardell and Kiss lash like backstock. I have more Ardell than Kiss actually, so let's do Kiss first. So I got a couple of multi-packs to start. So this is the style Bare Affair. They have a nice taper to them, really great for bridal, especially for even like bridesmaids, and they do have kind of a faux mink look to them, which is really nice. They're nice and fluffy, they're glam, but not too much. You know, that's what I find that most people want with their lashes. And then, secondly, I have this multi-pack from Kiss. This is in the style Shy, and these are great for my girls who maybe have never worn lashes before or are afraid of big lashes. Great for moms. And then I got a couple just single pairs to try. So my singles I will definitely reserve for my brides because they're a little bit more expensive, but I've seen a couple makeup artists that I know talking about this line of lashes specifically, so I wanted to test out a couple of pairs. So I got the style Legacy. I love just a beautiful, more rounded lash. Definitely for more of like that glam bride, but I thought those were really pretty. And then I also got this style, which I've honestly no idea what this word is or what it means or how to say it, but I'm just gonna say it. The style Noblesse. Still, again, with that rounded shape, but a little bit more toned back than these Legacy ones, I think. So I just liked both of them in store when I was looking at them, and I thought that they would be great for my brides. That's it for Kiss. So now let's move on to Ardell. So again, first I'll do my multi-packs here. I have 3. So I have these Faux Mink 817s. Again, a really nice, beautiful, fluffy, rounded lash, but not too dense, not too much on the eye. Really glam, really beautiful. Definitely a good go-to. And then I have these two from Ardell's Naked Lashes collection. Here is the thing about these lashes. For whatever reason, the Naked Lash styles, the quality control is so terrible. So like, I will not order these in bulk online. I have to go in store and look at them because I have the styles that I like. Like, these are two of the styles that I really like, again, for more of a natural look, more of a natural lash. But if you go and look at like a row of these on the rack in Target or Ulta or something, it will be the same style and they will look completely different. And some of them will just look so wonky and just not good. So I picked out the best of the bunch of these two styles from the rack in my local Ulta. So this is the style 424. Again, more of a taper, nice and wispy. And then I got the Ardell 420s. These are more of a round lash, but really great for natural glam. I love being able to tell a mom or a client that doesn't usually wear a lot of makeup and they're hesitant about lashes. I love being able to be like, look, I'm going to show you these really non-intimidating lashes. I promise you they're not scary. They're not going to look like you have a caterpillar on your eyes. And typically they come to realize that I am correct. So even if somebody is hesitant about lashes, I like to pull something like this out and be like, look, I promise it's not going to look overdone. It's just going to look like your lashes, but better, and you will thank me. And then I got two little 2-packs here of the Faux Mink Wispies. So I got regular Wispies and Demi Wispies. Again, Wispy gives you a little bit more of that rounded lash, and the Demis are a little bit shorter and they have more of a taper to them. And then lastly, I just grabbed these on a whim as I was pulling all of these off the rack. Again, that rounded lash, a little bit denser, but they're not as long. So I felt like these would be a really beautiful style for a bride who wants that medium glam, or maybe she has like her eyes are a little bit smaller and can't carry as heavy of a lash, but she still wants that glam look. I felt like these would be really beautiful to try on my clients as well. So I will say, buying this many lashes, especially these like single ones, it's not cheap. I don't know, if you're a makeup artist watching this and you want to drop some links to your favorite Amazon lashes, please do, because they are definitely a lot more economical in terms of like, you know, how much money you have to spend on them. But like, if it's going to be an Amazon lash, it still has to look good. It's also look high end, you know, it can't look crazy and cheap and weird on my client's eyes. I can't have that. So drop your favorite Amazon lashes down below. But yeah, I feel pretty comfortable with the selection of Kiss and Ardell, and they are just my safety net. As a bridal makeup artist, I know that I can go to these two brands and find something that will work for me. So that's that. And then just a few more little things here. I picked up a NYX glitter glue to go with those Lit Cosmetics loose glitters that I showed you guys at the beginning. I just wanted to make sure that I had something that I could depend on to adhere those glitters to my clients' lids without the glitter falling out all over their face. We need the glitter to stay where we want it. Glitter sticks to everything, so if it gets all in her foundation, that won't be good either. So I do really like this glitter glue for that purpose. And then I picked up two of my favorite black eyeliners. So this is the NYX Epic Wear liner stick in the shade Pitch Black. I have been using the heck out of this. Like I said, I have been using pencil liner a lot more often to line the top eyelid than my Inglot liner recently, because it's just been less of a headache for me. So I had one of these in my kit, and again, it's down to like a tiny little nub. So I picked up two of these just so that I can have a backup. And then I am like really just trying to see what kind of eyeliner works best for me. So I picked up two of the NYX Epic Ink Waterproof Eye and Body. I don't know why you would put this on your body. But waterproof eyeliner. So I got a black and a brown. I do see a lot of makeup artists using these. I have not historically loved using a liquid eyeliner like this because you do have to use a disposable. I don't see everybody doing that, to be honest, but you do have to use a disposable. I feel like part of the draw of this eyeliner is using the actual applicator so you can get really precise. But that being said, what I do typically like to do is like do the outer corner with a pencil liner and smoke it out, and then use something like this for more precision on the inner corner. So I'm gonna give these a try with some disposables tutorials and see how I like them. And I picked up a black and a brown just because, you know, it's good to have both. My default is black, and I feel like most people want black eyeliner, but every so often I do have somebody who might be really fair, or maybe they're blonde and they just prefer like a dark brown to a black. And then lastly, this is probably not a secret product to anybody, but this is the Essence Lash Princess Waterproof Mascara. I just bought a couple of these. These are so great to keep in your kit as your waterproof mascara because they are affordable and you can just kind of stock up on them. I think they're like $5. I will say I do have to pay attention to when this is starting to dry out a little bit because I do feel like this does flake when it starts to get a little older. So you do have to pay attention if you're using this mascara. That's why I bought two, so that I can have a backup, and just as soon as it even looks like it's getting dry, we're just getting rid of it and opening a new one. I saw Lauren D'Amelio using this in a recent tutorial, so if it's good enough for her, it's good enough for me. I would follow her to the ends of the earth. Okay, you guys, can you believe it? We are at the end of this video. Thank you so much for being here. Like I said, I just feel like this is the time of year where it's good to just do a complete kit refresh, overhaul, see what we need, see what we don't need, and just make sure that we're prepared going into busy season. I can finally get rid of these boxes, so my fiance will be happy about that. I can throw out this trash and have less boxes sitting around. I hope you enjoyed this haul. I hope you got some helpful tips. Definitely let me know your favorite products that you are using in your kit, or just that you're using on yourself, down below in the comments, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Mwah. Love you. Bye.